Thanks, Jim. The Ping is really providing identity bridging software to take things like the HSPD-12 credentials, which are now more or less universal in the federal government, and enable them to move beyond simply logging into local agency systems to be able to internet enable those to get into FedRAMP approved cloud systems, to really bring software as a service, which has provided a lot of benefits to the private sector, make those available to the government. So we have a number of agencies where we're SAML enabling the PIV or CAC cards. So there's a bunch of activity around that. The flip side of that is the citizen to government infrastructure, where we're also working with the new F6, and we were working with a number of agencies before that to bring in commercial credentials that Google or Verizon, et cetera, people who've been certified under the FICAM program for issuing strong credentials externally. There's a lot of interest both inside the government and government-related work to bring in those credentials to drive down the costs.
Reuse. I think Jeremy's program is looking at that very same thing.
So we're actively involved with Jeremy, probably more than Jeremy would like some days. So, even with the DHS, I know Tom and I have talked previously about how do firefighters and people in various first responder roles actually get credentials that they can use on a regular basis, because we have the problem of, in an emergency, finding the secret credential that they were issued, or remembering that password is the least likely thing that they're going to use. So people having fewer credentials that have stronger bindings to them, multi-factor authentication on the commercial side, Google and various other people are moving towards. So we want to take advantage of the general uplift on the commercial side of the strength of credentials to bring those into the government, plus take the strong credentials that the government has, and perhaps, in the case of the VA, actually keep that strong binding to the individual when they transition, when they muster out and go into the private sector. So moving from a CAC card to a username and password that may or may not be so secure, there may be better ways of doing it.
Sure.